And what I want to talk to you about is this new movie that's out, and we actually went and watched it. The first day it came out, and it's this new movie called Disclosure Day. Mm-hmm. And the reason I bring it up is because everything that they do, they're always trying to make up ways to mislead us and to deceive us. And if you go to videos.prophecyandtruth.com, under modern day, I have a link on the subtle conditioning from Satan, the subtle programming of Satan. These videos that I have here are
called Disclosure
Day.
Yeah.
And it's about aliens, right?
Yeah.
Coming to the earth, and basically it's a movie, and it's kind of interesting how it kind of coincides with Trump's releasing of all of these alien documents and videos that they have that were classified, and he's released them all, and then this movie comes out. And it's kind of like this movie where, Satan's subtle conditioning, where in the movie it's got, it is written, but then at the end of the movie, but the truth is nothing is written. Right?
Yeah, that's not in Disclosure.
This is a different movie, right? But this is the subtle programming. And then, so in this movie, right, this is they, and I'm going to say a couple of things that they say in the movie, because if you do watch it, I want you to listen for these things. They said that math, they basically said that math is God. They didn't say those words, but they said that math is the power, the thing in the universe that was creation, is math. They're trying to say that math is what created all things.
Mathematicians.
I mean, it's kind of silly, but this is the subtle programming that Satan's using to get people to believe in evolution, right? And then they said in the movie that the next stage of our evolutionary track requires empathy. Without empathy, we would die off and human beings would cease to exist. They actually said that in the movie. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to say that this worldly idea of love and acceptance and tolerance is what we need to evolve.
Then why have we been here for thousands of years? We're still here.
Well, it's stupid, and it's not God's love. God's love is a completely different love than the world tries to say love is. God's love is not tolerant and accepting. Right. God's love is to warn people of the consequences of sin and evil. Yeah.
Did you watch this on YouTube or was it on Netflix?
No, at the theater.
We went to the theater. It's just it just released.
It just came out yesterday.
It won't be on YouTube for a while. But yeah.
You could probably find it in the theater.
Yeah. And I love to watch these because I love to pick out all the little subtle things that Satan tries to do to fool us. And it's been going on for so long, it's no wonder that people are absolutely just totally deceived.
Right.
Disclosure Day. Yeah.
No, he's saying it's like Deception Day.
Yes, exactly. Good point.
Deception Day.
Yeah.
And then another thing I want to point out is they said basically that man was not the only special creation of God. We're only the special creation of God on the earth, according to the movie. And this was a nun. They're using a nun in the movie to say that.
That's true, yeah.
To try to make people think that this is actual truth, godly. The Bible does not say that we're only special on the earth. This nun acted like God said that. Well, no, God did not say that. It is not in the Bible. And the Bible actually tells us that we're very, very special, that we're the first fruits of God's creation, that we are made in the image of God. I mean, there's so many things that prove this false. Yeah.
Well, and you know, God or Jesus died on the cross for us, not the angels.
Right. And
Right.
not for aliens either. So I want to just show you this scripture that proves that this is a fallacy. Okay, so I'm going to go through some scriptures that show this. So Genesis 1:27 for the first thing. God created man in his own image. We are extremely special.
Yeah.
We're made in the image of God. We're not just one of many creations of God. And I'm going to show you some more scriptures on that. I mean, God became a man.
Not an alien.
He didn't become some alien, right? And remember, it was by him and for him that all things were created. All of creation was by him, Jesus, and for him, Jesus. The man that God became was the reason for all of creation. There's no other special creations of God in this particular the age that we're in, right? Before he recreates all of heaven and earth. Yeah, so-called aliens have human resemblance. I know. They always look like us.
2
for some
legs,
reason.
arms, eye. Yeah, right.
Satan
right.
is definitely copying. And then,
Yeah,
And they
he's
breed.
you know, some of these, I want to go back here because I want to talk about something else since you brought that up. If you go to under Bible prophecy on videos.prophecyandtruth.com, this link on aliens, because if you look at this, you'll find out, and especially in like these videos and the scientists that are talking about these things, there's the opening of the deep is a great video too. But this shows where the aliens, you want to talk about Satan's deception. The aliens that existed along like 100 years ago, when people thought that aliens were from the moon, well, guess where the aliens said they were from?
the moon.
The moon.
Oh.
And then when we graduated to, oh no, aliens are from Mars, guess where the aliens started saying they were from? Mars. Now that we're, oh no, aliens are from deep space. Guess where the aliens are
Deep
saying they're from
space.
now? Deep space.
Yeah.
Exactly. Satan is just copying and going along with whatever we believe to make us, to deceive us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interdimensional portals. Yeah. And that's
That'll
literally
be the next thing.
but that's literally where, I mean, the spiritual realm you could call another dimension, right? So angels and spirits are part of another interdimensional realm, and they're the things that are pretending to be aliens, so they're definitely coming from there. Yeah. Anyway, back to that. You brought that up, so I had to.
Yeah.
But then, you
There
know,
you go, Douglas.
all things were made by him and for him. And here's a video that I just made that I invite everyone to watch. It's 6 minutes. It's the entire plan of God in a nutshell. And I would just invite you to watch it, just because I try to put things in a video format. When I write my articles, I try to write it in such a way that I can just help you see and help you understand. And I did this video to try to help everyone understand what the plan of God is, what this entire plan of God is, and why. So please do watch that video. But I'm going to talk about some other things. When Jesus returns, the heavens will roll up like a scroll and, quote, burn away and cease to bring light to the earth. So like Isaiah 34, I'm going to show you here. Well, let me find Isaiah.
Lainey said, thank you. Those videos are awesome. Oh, good, Lainey.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you for saying so. Isaiah 34, 4. So this is prophecy of the same prophecy of the return of Christ in Matthew 24, right? This is the return of Christ, the sixth seal, the seventh trumpet, the seventh vial, Matthew 24, Ezekiel 38, Isaiah 34. These are all talking about that event. And the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and all the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine. So my question is, and so in 2 Peter 3, let's just look at a couple more of these. 2 Peter 3 is where he talks about it being burnt up. Verse 12, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Right? These are telling us Isaiah 13:9. Let's go back to Isaiah. These are all telling us what the day of the Lord is. When Christ returns in the clouds of heaven with power and glory, as it tells us in Matthew 24, this is the day of the Lord. And the day of the Lord cometh cruel both in wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. And the sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. So tell me why.
It sounds like what it's saying is he's not going to take them away. They're just not going to show light.
Well, and they're going to be rolled together as a scroll. They're going to be burnt up, as it says, with fervent heat, as it says in Peter. I think that, remember, God is going to recreate the heavens and the earth at the end of the 1,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
This is the beginning of the 1,000 years. There's not going to be any stars of heaven for the entire 1,000-year reign of Christ.
Wow. So at nighttime, it's just going to be pitch black.
Well, I'm sure that the light is going to come from God.
Oh.
And this doesn't say it definitely, but when you read all the scriptures we just read, we see, the sun shall be turned to darkness. Let's continue to read here. So let's go to Joel chapter 2, verse 31, and just read all of these together, because the sun shall be turned to darkness, the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord. Matthew 24. I mean, this is where Jesus appears in the clouds of heaven with power and glory. Oops. And then there shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and all the tribes of earth shall mourn and see the sign of the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And but I'm sorry, I skipped the first verse. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. So whether or not it stays dark for the 1,000 years or not, I can't say that for sure, but it sure sounds like it to me, because at the end is when God recreates the heavens.
Lainey's got a question.
He shall destroy the sinners.
Not
all of them will cease to exist. Now, the entire fourth beast of Daniel 7 is going to be destroyed. So probably all of the Muslims on the earth, because that's what it looks like the fourth beast is going to be, is a 10-nation union of Muslim nations that hail the Antichrist as their Mahdi. And that's speculative, of course, because it hasn't happened yet. But we know that the clay of the statue in Daniel 2 is going to be part of the end time government, and that is the Islamic Empire. So, but remember in Daniel 7, it says that, excuse me, my voice is going on me. It says that the fourth beast will be destroyed. But as concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season at a time. So Jesus comes, puts down the government of men, and takes over to rule with a rod of iron for 1,000 years. The fourth beast is destroyed, right? The fourth beast is gone, and which includes the Antichrist and the false prophet and the beast that he created, the government that he created. But the rest of the beasts live into the 1,000-year reign.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So this is all. I've got a video that you might like. I don't know if you've seen it yet. What will life be like during the millennial? So what will life be like during the millennial reign of Christ? There's a link to the video right here. So it's on the prophecy page. And this actually shows what we can expect during the 1,000-year reign and what leads up to it, like what happens at the return of Christ and then what goes into the millennial reign. Now there's a video and a document. So if you prefer to read, you can read the document there. But that you might find that interesting. But so my whole point that I'm bringing up here with the stars of heaven being gone is, why would God create creatures just to destroy them because of our sin?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Why would God do that? That wouldn't make any sense at all, to wipe them out because we sinned.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And then, but I also want to show you a couple more things, because in Revelation 21, show you some more scriptures which show additional information about this idea, right? And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
Yeah.
So they're gone. The whole heaven, the heaven is the entire universe. From the surface of the earth and outward is the heavens. They're going to be gone.
So if outer space is no longer there, what replaces
He's going to
it?
create a new space, probably.
He's going to recreate heaven and
New
earth.
heaven and earth.
And it's going to be ours to inherit and have as a playground forever. Yeah. Now, will God maybe make creatures then? So let's look at that question, because that's a good one.
That's a good question.
So again, but before we go there, again in 2 Peter, if we go, we see the new heaven and the new earth. Also here, nevertheless, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness, because there's not going to be any evil in the new heavens and the new earth. But here's the thing. We are the precious fruit of God's creatures. James chapter 1. Of his own will begat he us with the word of truth, that we should be a kind of first fruits of his creatures. So we are the first.
Which means there could be a second.
You
didn't say only.
After, when he recreates all things, that doesn't mean there won't be life out there in the universe. But we are as very special, made in his image, first fruits.
So you don't think it could be animals?
It could be, who knows? It could be, I'm sure he'll have life on there'll be other planets and things in the new creation. But be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth. He's talking about us.
Right.
We are his precious first fruits that he created in his image, that will inherit all things when he recreates the heavens and the earth. So if there's going to be alien-like creatures, maybe they will be later, but they are not now. So I think that kind of says it fairly well.
Yeah, that answered the
to
question.
answer that question. Now, and if aliens do appear, which the fifth trumpet almost certainly is going to be alien-like creatures. They're going to say they're aliens, and it's going to be demons coming out of the great deep in the shape of this locust-like creature that has a sting like a scorpion, and just, I'm gonna go there because I want to show you some artists' renderings of this creature and what it might be. If you go to my Aliens in the Bible page, this is probably something similar to this that we might see.
There's another one on there that I thought was really good that I liked.
Yeah, there's a few more on this page that I have.
That's the second one.
Artist renderings.
That
this
one right there.
This one's more like a real locust with this weird
with
face
tail.
and the tail and wings, because it will definitely have wings. These are just some artist renderings of what it might look like. And it's probably going to be a swarm like that, because there's going to be, the great deep is going to be opened, which is where demons are imprisoned right now. That's the demon that possessed the man that Jesus expelled and what's the word? Exorcised out of the man that Jesus threw out of the man, called himself Legion.
Put him in the swine.
Yeah, and they said, please don't make us go to the deep. Which is the same thing as the bottomless pit, the abyss.
You'd think they would love the bottomless pit.
They said, let us go into the pigs. So he let them go into the pigs, but then, of course, all the pigs ran into the water and died, and they ended up in the deep anyway. But that's where all of these, there are massive amounts of evil spirits in the deep that's going to be opened at the fifth trumpet. And they're going to come out in this form like these creatures and torment men for 5 months. But that's a whole nother Bible study that we've done. They will see what we see, but they're going to say it's aliens. This is why, Lainey, I believe that Satan is setting up the world to believe in aliens with these movies and all of these things, all of these creatures, that there literally are creatures that come and abuse people. Literally happens, but they are evil spirits pretending to be aliens. They pretend to be spacecraft flying at 25,000 miles per hour. There's those videos that I showed you a little bit ago. If you look for aliens, this guy is an astrophysicist who, it's an interview with this guy that says he was given the job as the low man on the totem pole when he got a job at a place where he was the one that got to go and investigate all the alien sightings. Yeah. And he said that 99% of them were explainable by something, right? Some event or military aircraft or something that can be explained with science. But the 1% residual that could not be explained were things like, there was an alien ship that crashed and everybody saw it, and you go to the crash site and there's an actual crash site where there's a furrow in the earth and the vegetation's destroyed, but there's no artifact, there's no craft, there's no ship there, there's nothing, because it was a demon pretending to be an alien ship that crashed to try to convince us that there are aliens, because when this happens, when the fifth trumpet blows, they're going to say they're aliens. But I guarantee you.
But they're definitely going to see the actual creature. But the whole world is going to be trying to exterminate them. The military's going to come out.
They're going to be here for 5 months and torment.
5 months.
And then, when they die off and go away, they're going to say, oh, they must have died from
like
bacteria on the planet or something, like War of the Worlds, right? Yeah. And they're going to, I'm serious. I know that Satan is setting up the world for aliens
really
because
hard.
of the fifth trumpet.
And it's going to be so hard to get people to understand that description of that creature is literally in the Bible, and
people
are not going to
Yeah.
want to believe that it was God. They're going to think that they were aliens.
But we're going to be here.
There are so many alien movies out there. It's like they're just pushing it.
Yes.
And this new one, oh boy, is it going to convince so
Those are
many
the
people. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
And that's
Yeah,
why-
I agree, Lainey.
Yeah. The same ones that believe in evolution. Absolutely. And that's why I said earlier that it's a strange coincidence to me. This movie comes out shortly after the files are released from the government.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a coincidence at all. No, I know that this is Satan setting up the world is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I wanted to bring all that up. It kind of goes along with our discussion on creation versus evolution. So, and the delusion is definitely getting stronger. So that's, I wanted to bring that up for this particular discussion. So let's jump to the news now, because oh boy, I've got some more stuff to talk about. Now this is just to go along with what I just talked about. There's this whistleblower saying aliens are real, and a scientist.
Yeah, Tim's got him.
Announced first. What are they going to do? They've got protocols for first alien contact. I mean, this is how deep it goes, right? This is how deceived they are. And I have to ask, SETI. You've heard of SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, that's been listening to the universe for decades now. And I was actually, before I was a Christian, I actually had several computers that were running the SETI app, analyzing the sounds that came from space to help, because I was looking to see if they could find aliens. Yeah, I absolutely did.
Oh, wow. You were.
Now I know the truth, and I'm grateful to God.
Did you actually hear anything?
No, that's the reason I put this here is because even though it's been listening for decades, they've never heard anything that could be said to be any kind of alien race or anything like that. Yeah.
You didn't hear any
Also,
screaming or anything?
Earth to outer space. Going out there, and you're going,
Yeah. Well, that's, we've sent things out to try to reach aliens. They sent out the probe that's gone. I think it's gone beyond our solar system now. That's way, way out there, that has recordings and things from Earth to, greet any aliens it might find.
Good luck. What a bunch of waste of time.
That's such a waste of billions of dollars of,
yes, it
of our
is.
money.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted to bring up Disclosure Day, because there's so much deception, just subtle deception in these movies. And wow, is that big time in this one? Because I think Satan thinks the fifth trumpet's about to blow. So yeah.
Ooh, I know.